Hi guys, it's Allie. Today we're at Crunchyroll in San Francisco. We're gonna get to talk to some of the awesome people who work here. Ready? Let's go.
Crunchyroll is more than just streaming. It's a global anime powerhouse. With over 25,000 hours of content and 2,000 unique titles, it's the world's largest dedicated anime library. And behind all this magic, some seriously smart folks building the tech that brings it all to life.
Can you guys believe we're in the middle of an office space? This area is called Little Tokyo because, well, it looks like Tokyo. Isn't that cool? Hi guys, we're in the device lab with Hope.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks
I'm so
for having
happy
me.
to have you here.
Thank you. What do you guys do here?
We're all about bringing anime experiences to our subscribers around the world. And we do that by bringing these experiences to living room devices all over the world. And these are samples of all the devices, our smart TVs, set-top boxes. Here we have some Roku boxes. So that's what we do here in the lab.
How do you use technology to better user experiences?
That is a great question. We do a combination of manual testing and automation. So manual testing is sometimes it's laborious. We have a lot of people who have to test all of these TVs. So we use technology to automate that testing and to make it less subjective. Over here, we have a system that is showing the remote access to devices. We have testers all over the world. So the remote access ability actually allows testers all over the world to act like the device is in front of them when it's really in San Francisco. So that really helps us. And the other thing that's really important is picture quality. When you watch an anime show, when you stream it, you want it to be good quality, right? You want the audio and the video and the subtitles, you want it all to be synchronized. So we invented some technology that tells us if your audio and video are in synchronization. It tells us if the video is smooth, if the subtitles match up. So that's an area where we are using technology to have an objective judgment of quality rather than subjectivity, which is bad because everybody has a different view of that.
True.
Hi, I'm Gio. I'm an operations analyst on the product and engineering operations team. There are many areas that I focus on in my role, but specifically big ones are data surrounding the operations of our organization, tracking our OKRs, which are objective key results. I got into this space in a very non-traditional route. I actually went to school starting as an art major. I hopped over to mass communications and spent some years in the music industry. I fell into tech by starting in customer support. Customer support is actually a really great area to start in if you're ever interested in tech and don't know what you want to do. You are essentially at the base of the business and can learn so much about the user interactions that you have. Because customer support touches so many different areas, you have an advantage of making sure that you're inclusive in all the decisions that you make once you move up into the business to an area you want. Being in product and engineering operations, you're essentially at the core of the tech organization. You're the person that's helping to create efficiencies and processes and also helping with the tooling in your role. So I collaborate with folks all the time. I collaborate with engineers to talk about their tooling needs. We also collaborate with the product organization as well to talk about the data and our OKRs and how we're tracking on the goals that we set for ourselves for the quarter and building new products and features. A lot of our coworkers are part of the fandom as well for anime. So it's been really cool seeing my coworkers input that passion of anime into the products they're building and creating all these very creative ideas on what we can do and thinking outside of the box.
I'm Jocelyn Remar. I am the Brand and Content Insights Manager at Crunchyroll. I would say day to day, I dive deep into data and research to better understand our users' content preferences and also just their media consumption behaviors. And then from there, I kind of craft insights that help to fuel or guide marketing strategies or help to inform other business decisions that may be taking place at Crunchyroll. In my role as a brand and content insights manager, you definitely have to have the ability to be like a data storyteller. Like you need to find data and make it easily digestible for people who are not in research. So it has to be compelling from a story standpoint, but it also has to be sound. So you do have to have quantitative skills to be able to interpret data. So data literacy as well. Currently, I don't think there are enough of girls or women in the industry. What really fuels innovation, which is something that's really important for careers in STEM, is having diverse perspectives. So I think it's really important for girls of all backgrounds to bring their interesting, diverse perspectives and viewpoints to the industry. As far as advice goes, the biggest thing that I would say to young girls who are interested in a career in STEM or even a role like mine, I would say just stay curious and stay passionate. As long as you're curious and you're always seeking new information, that's gonna kind of fuel you throughout your career. This is an ever-changing, fast-paced industry, and if you're not curious, then you're just gonna kind of get bored. So I think just stay passionate and stay curious about it all.
My name is Malik. I am a data analyst. I do occasionally work with Python, and we use Python to do some data analysis. I guess I wouldn't call it code per se, but we also use a language called SQL, and that's how we're able to pull information out of databases. And then another thing you might hear is called R, and that's also like another scripting language you would use for stats as well. And so I would use a bit of all of those things. The big things I would say is pattern recognition, being able to like code in SQL, and a lot of it's also being able to just tell a story, because data is like a lot of numbers, but what those numbers mean, you have to find a way to tell people what it actually means and figure out like what impacts it can potentially have. Because when new technologies come out, it's like really important just to think of everybody that it could be for. When you have a more diverse team working on it, there's more viewpoints that get taken into consideration. When you bring people with different perspectives, it just makes for a much better experience for everybody. So for me, I really just love the people that I get to work with. I have such a great team who are really supportive, and I'm also given a lot of independence to just learn things on my own. And also, as someone who grew up watching a lot of anime and still watches some today, it's really cool to just be involved in a medium that you really enjoy.
Hi, my name is Meijin L'Esperance. I'm a principal program manager. The day-to-day really includes getting different projects together, making sure that everyone understands what we're doing, when we're doing it, and that we're all coordinated. Crunchyroll is a great place to work if you love anime. You get to be part of the process of serving that to our fans. We also work behind the scenes, so you get to see all the kind of nuts and bolts of what something you consume, either whether you're a fan or just interested in content, and get to contribute to something joyful. I think girls should be involved in STEM because it's a really important field in which we don't have a lot of representation. Women have a very unique perspective they can bring. They can use their talents in these spaces where we are being innovative, and we need more representation for women. The advice I would give to anyone who's interested in tech and doesn't know where to start is to start asking questions for folks you do know that work in tech. People are a wealth of knowledge, and they're really, really willing to help. By talking to them, by asking questions, you find opportunities to start to learn and understand the tech. Would love to encourage them to never give up. It can be really challenging, but that's part of the joy of learning. You might not be perfect. Everyone stumbles a little bit, and that's okay at all levels. So never feel that you're not supposed to be in the room. Everyone is welcomed in a space that's new, innovative, and remember, it's gonna circle back to somebody else. So you may inspire somebody else who may be nervous about going into tech.
Thank you so much for joining me here at Crunchyroll. I'll see you back in the Code Zone.